everyone. This is Jim Carroll together with Eric Rattay for another Day in the Life on Acumatica ERP. Today we're going to focus on the ability to generate unlimited user-defined fields, which are known as attributes in Acumatica. When we talk about Acumatica, we like to start off by looking at those things that differentiate Acumatica. It's millennial-friendly and feature-rich, and generating user-defined fields reinforces that. Secondly, within Acumatica, you've got this ability to generate workflows that trigger events automatically. It's kind of like having a 7x24 no-charge employee. An example can be an attribute that, once checked, sends a message to a manager. Thirdly, Acumatica provides for unlimited user pricing. Our customer base loves this because as they grow and add individuals or add functions, they're not dinked on pricing. And finally, Acumatica is a modern ERP. It's fully designed to interoperate with the Internet of Things, or the IoT, and provides a level of artificial intelligence and business intelligence in terms of its superior reporting. With that as an introduction, I'll turn it over to Eric, and we'll talk about adding attributes to the, in this case, the customer section, the AR section, and the receiving sections of Acumatica. Eric?
Yeah, so let's start with, thank you, Jim. Let's start with the customers. So just open my list of customers. I'll just open my preferred customer, and I'll go to attributes. So you see you have nothing here, actually. So what we'll do is we'll create an attribute to be able to differentiate the sales territory. So let's go to the attributes. I'm searching for the word attribute. So in the global search, therefore, I've got my different streams and reports that refers to attribute.
So now I'm creating the user-defined field. Got it.
So territory.
All right.
And what I'll do, there is all kinds of fields that I can create. And so text fields, just simple text. A checkbox, a date, but now I will use a combo box, which I will put the values at the bottom, west, north.
Oh, okay, so the territories are east, west, north, and south. Got it. So U.S. broken up into quadrants.
If I don't want people on the customer portal to see this information, then I can turn this internal, because I can provide a customer portal, and so I don't want my customer to see this information. It's only for me.
Got it.
So next step is to go to my customer. So I'm going back to my customer, and see here customer class. For each type of customer, I can put the required attributes.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
So I can have a different set of attributes per type of customer.
So this might be my B2B business where I've got salespeople and the territory is divided, but for my e-commerce business, a different customer class, this may not apply. Something like that. Great.
Correct. And you can make that field required so that I cannot create a new customer or do a modification of a customer without filling in that information, and I can put a default value as well.
Got it.
So once that has been, this change has been done, then I refresh my customer, and now I have my territory. So I can select from different territories. And so if I go to the next customer, it's also a key customer, so therefore I can put a different territory. And I can even go further. For example, if I would want this to be filled in automatically. Then based on the state, for example, then it can create what is called a business event, which is something that looks at the database. And when creating a new customer, this can be set automatically for you.
So that would be an example of the no cost or no cost employee, because it would automatically create the event.
I can also, if we're looking at the view of the customer at the CRM level, then that territory is also there. And you can see here the owner. So I can put a different person responsible for that customer based on the territory. So the assignment of owners can also be set by territory, as well as when I'm creating a new invoice, for example, or a sales order, there could be an approval that is based on that field. So it's like if you would have a field, if Acumatica has had that field out in the box, but it's a consultant or a power user.
Exactly. So a user-defined field inherits all of the workflow and monitoring and automation technology that's integrated throughout Acumatica. In this case, a West customer goes right to Maxwell, and there needs to be an approval on credit. It can go to the accounting department, et cetera, all based on a user-defined field that can be created in a couple of minutes, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So right now what I'll do, I want to have my sales per territory. So in that generic inquiry, what is called a generic inquiry or list,
yep.
You have the sales per customer, and all the invoices with all the products that I sold with the unit price, the quantity, the sales amount, the cost, and so on and so forth. So what I'll do, I'll just add that new field that I created to that list.
Yeah, so this is a really good example of modern ERP technology. For past technologies, you might be able to create a field, but have it integrated with all the reports that it would be associated with was an extra programming task that would cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And here, the end user or super user creates a new attribute, adds it, and then instantaneously it's part of the generic inquiry that comes standard with the product and can be reported on. Very good.
I'll just add a total because I like to have a total.
So now I'm going to figure out how many sales I have in my North Territory.
Yep. And
so I'm the sales manager, and she's going to hire a new employee to handle the North, and they're going to ask, well, how many deals have you done in the last couple of years? And boom, in a couple of minutes we get that answer.
Exactly. So I've got the 416 million.
Nice. So what does that make my what does that make my commission? I mean my quota.
If I'm filtering only for that 30,
thank gosh. All right, 19 million. I got $30 million quota, right?
Yeah,
all right, there you go.
So what I can do, I can even go further and just go to sales by month as an example. So you can create a pivot table, and I can add my territory as column or as column.
Right.
Let's go in that column, and I will put my amount as values, and here is the sum, and I will put as rows my different let's put quarters. So coming back to my list, I've got each of my quarters with my north, south amounts.
Wow.
And with all different amounts. And then I can filter out to include only one territory or the other.
So the whole business intelligence and automated features, etc., come to play here in this modern Acumatica ERP.
And if I want to see where this number is coming from, always the drill down capability, and I can go at the transaction level to see where these numbers are coming from. So this is
Eric, we just got a couple more minutes here, so
yep.
If you don't mind, go right back to the setup on the attributes for a second, and just, we talked about maybe in accounting they wanted to have a dispute attribute for if they get packages that come in and there's a question on the payment. So how could I set up something like that?
So I will put a dispute reason.
Yeah.
And I will select a multi-select combo.
Okay.
There can be multiple reasons why there is a dispute. Late shipment. We can have like the price. Price is not good. Discount. Missing. Discount. What else? Any other idea?
Oh, just wrong product or packaging. Yeah, let's just keep packaging. That's a good one. So
packaging.
And then can you add to this later if you wanted to? Let's say you forgot one, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that gets back to always the continuous improvement theme of millennial friendly. That's fantastic.
Right. So now I will add that field on my invoice.
Perfect.
So my invoice will come up, and then I will go in one invoice. You see, this one is closed, so it means that it has been fully paid in full. But I'll just take another one that is, and you can have conditions to see the user defined field.
This is great. And so here we did one for sales, and now we're doing one for the accounting department. And as we're waiting for this to come up, I would imagine we could do something like in receiving, right? Maybe a certificate of compliance is required, and we could make that a required field so that the warehouse person could not receipt something until they said yes, no, as to whether a certificate of compliance showed up, something like that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So I'm just trying to... Do I have the right to do so, though?
Aha! Well, that's good. So Acumatica's got privileges for various users. So, and obviously, oftentimes financials is more secure than other areas.
Great. Just below the page.
There you go. And then we'll get this attribute.
Great.
All right.
Okay. Then I'm adding one of the attributes that I just selected.
Oh, so that's the master attribute list from the attribute setup, and then you apply it to the area within Acumatica that makes sense. Got it. All right. And so then you type in dispute, because that's what you called it. It finds it. Hit the magic button.
And there you go.
There you go. All right.
So you can select any invoice. So this one is closed, and let's say
there's an open one, right?
And here, so you can select multiple items.
Oh, wow, nice. Or you could make it so that you can only select one, right? That's the combo versus the... Okay, got it.
Exactly. So then if I want to add that new field on my list of invoices, then I can do that by going to customization and like what I just did earlier.
So I guess the cousin to this would be on the payable side. Maybe you got like an EDI situation and you're selling with the big boys and they just say, hey, I'm going to take a discount, or so that you could have a dispute claim type scenario too, right? Or you could add those to where they're saying, hey, we're not going to pay you because you're late shipment or whatever, and so you could indicate that this is under dispute, and then have a dialogue with your trading partner. Time out. We did deliver this on time, so you need to. Thank you. Yeah, great. This is fantastic. Yep.
And you can even add like a tab, for example, saying that I have a list of all the disputed.
Oh, so it shows up.
Is empty. is not empty.
Got it. So this is a generic inquiry. We've added this attribute, and now you're putting intelligence to the attribute on an inquiry that would be applied just to disputes, so that when a person came here, if they were the dispute responsible for managing that, they could say this is as a favorites, and every day this come to work and this would show up automatically.
I can even put that into my dashboard.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so if I come here, I can have a list of disputed. Let's put something like this, and I will put my invoices.
This is so strong.
This one. And I will apply my filter, disputed. See, so I can have the amount and put a sum. And so the normal level is 0. When it's over $100, we are alerted. And so we should.
So if it's got it.
So I didn't put a title, but
yeah,
now
perfect.
It's red because it's over $100.
Yep. And that goes on your dashboard, and that dashboard's daily, and you can apply that to the department or an individual, your choice, and just move it to, wow.
Like this.
Aha! I love it.
Okay. The last one?
Yeah, well, I think we got enough now. What was it? Where did you want to go? To the receiving?
Oh, no, the checkbox that you wanted.
Oh, yeah, let's just do that. All right. Yeah. Why not? Spend an extra couple seconds.
It's under purchases, where it's here, and on the purchase receipt.
Yep.
We wanted to add like a field to say that there is certificate of compliance.
Yeah, whether maybe I've got a product line that requires a certificate of compliance, and I don't want to receipt it absent that certificate of compliance, because maybe I get audited on stuff like that or something like that. It could be a food or drug or type of situation.
So I'll create my new attributes from here.
Got it. Wow. So I would say here in the 5-10 minutes we've been on that to do this type of thing with commercial off-the-shelf ERP circa $2,000, $15,000 to generate the files, all the logic, all the reports, the pivot tables, all of that good stuff would just cost an arm and a leg. And here we're doing it out of the box with the Acumatica tools in literally a few minutes, working with your consultants. Wow.
So that's it for today.
All right. Thank you, Eric, so much. Another day in the life. Please join us again, and we wish you a good day.